Hmm. Hello again, my Nickos. Welcome to another episode of Zach's Anime Reviews, where I do my horrible reviews. I attempt to do reviews that turn out to kind of be horrible. Yeah, I know. Don't bullshit me. And anyway, so as I said in the end of the last one, and in the title, this review shall be over the anime Kodomo no Jikan, aka Nymphet, A Child's Time. So, as per the usual cue, I own none of the rights to this anime. Maybe spoilers, maybe cursing. So, Kodomo no Jikan is a 12-episode anime that aired October 12th, 2007 to December 28th, 2007. Then there's also a second season, which is a 3-episode OVA that aired February 20th, 2009 and to July 24th, 2009. I mean, there's also other OVAs and recap and stuff like that, but I'm just going to focus on these. So, time for the synopsis. 3rd grade teacher Aoki Daisuke didn't expect the first class he ever taught to be one of the toughest obstacles in his life. After getting off on the wrong foot with the entire class, a moment of kind-heartedness instantly convinces one of his students, Rin Kokonoe, to make the ill-fated Akoe-sensei her lover. But why exactly are Rin's attentions for wanting to actively seduce Aoki-sensei, and will Aoki-sensei be able to help her to deal with them? So, and FYI too, this anime is rated R. But of course, here they say violence profanity, but they always say violence profanity, and whenever they say rated R, you just don't come, that's not the case. But for here, it is more violent than the profanity area, because they're 3rd graders, guys. They went any farther with this show, it could almost be considered illegal. I'm not joking. This is one of those weird shows. Yeah, this is definitely one of the shows where one step in the wrong direction, the show could be illegal. It could be considered hentai and be illegal. Just one step would be all it took. I'm not kidding. So, without further ado. So yeah, Rin, she's trying to seduce the teacher. Because, and there's really, if we had to go for a main character, it would be the Aoki. But we kind of also get sometimes from the other girls too, because all 4 of them kind of like the main characters, but he's like the center main character. Because, let's see here. Because there's the one girl. Yeah, because here, there's Aoki Sensei, and then there's Rin, who is trying to seduce Aoki, and then there's Mimi, who's kind of there, and then there's Kuro, who has a thing for Rin. This show could have gone so wrong in so many ways. I don't even know if there's I mean, there's probably hentai of this out there. I'm not kidding. It's that kind of It's that kind of level of hello, fan service. They don't show anything, they don't do anything. It's just more of in an erotic way where she's trying to seduce him. I don't quite remember why. If ever, in the synopsis here. They said, like, reasons she's wanting to seduce him. But I don't think they've really addressed that, in my opinion. They just kind of went with it, because, like, here's her backstory. I don't remember if her father was dead or just left. Her mother had been when she was a little kid. And her mother died when she used to be living with just her mom. And her mom died when she was a little kid. And now she's living with, like, her... like... I don't know what you would see her. It was like the mother's, like, distant cousin or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Something along those lines. But he came to live with them to do for that when he was doing school. So like that, then him and the mom kind of got into a relationship, and I put it that way because it showed them. It didn't show them, but it very heavily implied that they were having sex. But then the mother died, so then he sat there and cared for Reen and sending her to school and all that. So that's kind of her backstory. And she likes to wear she likes to be scantily clad to try to seduce him, wearing very short shorts, low top, like small tops and everything. It's just like the show. I cannot stress this enough. Almost illegal. Almost illegal. This one. I mean, that's pretty much all that I've stressed about this entire show. I mean, but other than that, it can be you can have some comedy taken out of it due to the antics. I mean, it is kind of funny to see his reaction, the sensei's reactions, and her her plans to try to seduce him. But it's not a straight comedy. There are some, like, darker and sad... Well, I wouldn't say darker. I would say more darker along the lines of, like, sadder elements. Because you have to go through the whole background of her with her mom, and she's still... And that is still a big burden for her. So that's the... So, I don't know if that was one of the reasons why or not, but I don't know. Because somebody was... I don't know. This is just one of those shows where I really have no idea what I'm going to talk about. Because there is nothing else in her trying to seduce him and kind of like the backstory stuff that goes on. Like, and he tries to be a good teacher and he makes friends with them, but there is a thing where she is actively trying to seduce him to make him her lover. I mean, even for people who are into lowly. I mean, for me, I don't know, maybe I just have the definition of lowly wrong. I mean, I try to do, but for me, when I first heard of it, I always assumed I always was under the impression it was a girl who looked young, but was actually older than she looked. Like, a girl who looked like 10, but was actually like 30-something. That was like my impression of loading. Nowadays, it seems to have been kind of gone up into lowly being a little girl, period, in a matter of age. So, I don't know. Because, like, even lowly fans, they might find this one... I would say they might find this one a bit of a stretch, because this is... Sure, it has 3 lowlies. But the fact is that they are trying... That one of them is actively trying to seduce the teacher. And the other is kind of out to get the teacher at times because of that because the one girl, because she likes the one girl who's trying to seduce the teacher, and she doesn't like that. There are some lines that could have been drawn before when making the show. Would have been like, hey, we need to stop this here. But other than that, it was, how do I put this? I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but it was okay. It was okay. It was like one of those shows, like, you watch it, and you're like, okay, I guess I have watched that. I've got the experience. Let's move on. Because it's definitely, and also, do not watch this in public. I mean, you could, but the genre is kind of ecchi, and when her trying to seduce, and I said earlier, scantily clad, because she dresses herself. You really want to take that risk of watching this show in public? Trust me, you don't. You might get pegged as a pedophile and all the other bullshit. You'll have to really be careful. No public. You're gonna be careful if you watch around too. Let me see here. If I was to rate this, I rated about a 5 stars out of 10. It was okay for me. I mean, they could have gone a bit more of the comedy, a bit more of the slice of life comedy, a bit more of like growth of the girls, like personality wise. They didn't have to rely so heavily on the ecchi and seduction. They did not need to rely on that at all. So, yeah, that's where it is. Like, I mean, if it was like a high school thing, like, okay, I can kind of see that going on a little better. But just the fact that they're third graders, that sends up the flags of like, oh, no. It's like, this is just wrong. This is wrong. Anyway, so yeah, I have nothing else on this one. So, and it's raining again. I think I'm gonna try to be out in the garden. My computer would be getting wet. Anyway, so the next video shall feature Great Teacher Onizuka. So, until next time, I shall see you later.